Welcome to Blind Level Tech. I'm Jonathan Price.
I'm Evan Starnes.
And together, we're bringing you news, tech, and information about blind technologies.
Being blind doesn't mean you have to stop living.
We're going to show you just how possible it is to live the life you want.
Love to talk about, there's a power bank that's sold on AT Guys.
The one you're talking about?
The mini one I'm talking about?
Yeah. Or are you talking like there is one that's sold by the AT Guys or on the?
Yeah, there's one that's sold by AT Guys that's accessible, actually.
Oh.
I'd love to get one to demonstrate. My friend has one. But yeah, basically it gives you a confirmation when you plug devices into it. When you plug it in to charge, it'll tell you the battery status.
Wow.
Yeah, and they make 2 different models.
Yeah, did you guys get the video recorded?
Yeah, we did.
How'd that turn out?
It was actually really good. We didn't get rained on. Got a bunch of mosquito bites, but it was fun. I got to walk with Beethoven once. We got to do the trekking poles, the tether, the cane, sighted guide.
Nice. Speaking of Beethoven, have you decided if you were going to get a dog, or what's the process in getting your dog?
I honestly have decided that I'm not going to get a dog yet. I'm still going to get a dog eventually, but I'm not like ready to assume the responsibility for a dog.
Right.
Like having one would be great, but taking care of one, I'm trying to do that with my girlfriends right now, and it's doable. It's just a lot of work.
Right. You start out small, like with a house plant.
Yeah, exactly. And that's actually funny you mentioned that, because I did. I bought a house plant.
Nice.
And my grandma's been taking care of it.
Oh, Evan.
I know.
Epic fail.
I know.
Dude. Okay, so for our audience, tell us what this video you were recording was.
So we were recording a promotional hike video for the Audio Truckers Bringing Print to Life hike coming August 12th. The professional side of me comes out big time here because I'm excited for this hike. But so we're filming different strategies for guiding. So I was filming what it was like to use hiking poles, what it was like to use a normal cane, what it was like to go with a sighted guide via like either holding the elbow or with a tether, which is like just a little strap kind of thing. It's really small. And then using the bear bells and going around obstacles. So we're basically just kind of recording like a super informational video.
Now, did you cover what happens if rocks start falling down a hill?
You didn't, but we would have had a perfect demonstration of that like last year.
If you don't know, last year when we were on our hike, I was behind Evan. I wasn't guiding him per se, but who was your guide? I want to say Natalie, but I don't think that's right.
No, my guide was a friend of Alex's named Katya. She's actually recorded some of our PSAs for us before and stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, she was guiding, and then all of a sudden we hear rock, rock, rock.
Yeah, people are literally just rock, rock, rock. And there's this like giant rock just rolling down the hill.
First of all, if you're a sighted person and somebody's just screaming rock, rock, you're not sure where to look. You don't know what is going on. And so if you're blind, that only adds to the heightened level of insecurity. Mm-hmm. I look up and there's this boulder probably about the size of a basketball screaming down the hill. And I'm not kidding. I grab Evan from behind and just bear hug him and pick him up and move him out of the way. And had I not moved him, that rock would have gone right into his knees. And that would not have been a fun experience. So we joke
that would have ruined my hike last year.
Really would have.
Yeah, that was kind of definitely one of those adrenaline kicks in moments.
Oh, dude,
big time.
No. Well, and we kind of laughed once we were done with the hike, but in the moment it was still scary because as it screamed past us, there were people still down at the like a rung or two down, like down the trail. And so they were trying to get out of the way, and eventually it finally came to a stop. I think somebody like stopped it as it kind of started slowing down. But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
we have all sorts of adventures. So if you'd like to, share in the adventure, I can't guarantee anything that exciting happening on our hike, but who knows? It could be very interesting. We may see some bears. I don't think we're going to see any real wildlife because there's so many people where we're going. But we'll see. With bees,
I don't think we're going to see anything.
Lots of bees and mosquitoes.
Oh yeah. I actually, it's funny that you mentioned bees because I was trying to make I love recording audio, and I was trying to make some like ambient recordings. And there's a recording where I'm like getting chased by a bee, and I'm like, please stop. Oh my God, stop. Go away. And you could hear the bee, like it's literally almost in the microphone.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it was.
We'll have to get a recording of that and post it. But anyway, as we're talking about hiking, actually, let's finish that announcement real quick because we're going to start from AINC headquarters. We'll have breakfast. I don't know what we're going to have. I really hope we have breakfast burritos or something because
me too.
I am a sucker for a breakfast burrito. And the hotter the better. Green chili, potatoes, bacon. Oh,
you just said the best things in a breakfast burrito right there. That's all you need.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop this episode and I'm going to go get a breakfast burrito.
Yum.
We'll be
back.
Yep. Have breakfast at AINC. That'll be fun, and then we'll carpool over to the Chautauqua Park facility, and we'll do some hiking around there. We'll leave in a couple waves, and it'll be fun. We've got quite a few people signed up, so it'll be good both between blind hikers and sighted guides and volunteers, and I'll be there. Evan will be there collecting audio, and so we hope to be there. Jump on that, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to have the Lions Club. Is it Longmont or Loveland?
I think it's. I want to say it's Loveland.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was Loveland, but
it's Penn's. Sorry, Penn's Lion Club. There we go.
Penn's Lion Club. If you don't know Penn, she's our host of After Sight, and
you should listen to it.
You should listen to it. They're going to be cooking out burgers and hot dogs, and I'm not kidding you when I say we have. I think close to 200 hot dogs and burgers. So we need people to come eat the food. So please do that. Please come hike, come eat, and come hang out with us and tell us your story and spend some time outside. It'll be a lot of fun. And
get interviewed. There might be beer. There might not. I don't know. We're figuring that out.
Figure all that out. It'll be fun. So speaking of hiking, one of the things that I love to do personally is I love being outside and I love hunting. I love camping. I love being out in the wilderness. I don't do it nearly as much as I would love to, but there's something that I always carry with me in my pack. And we're going to talk about chargers today, and not just your typical wall plug chargers that you plug into your home outlet or your computer. We're talking about portable chargers, solar chargers, and things that you may need when you're out in the field, you're out around town, you don't have a plug with you, but you do have the ability to carry a charger. So, Evan, tell me about the charger that you just bought, and then when you're done, I'll go into the couple that I have.
Yeah, so I was going to say tech is great. We all love tech. It's fun until it dies.
Right.
And I always argue that anybody, if you have like a day bag, I always carry a day bag, basically just the essentials. Your essential kit should always include a power bank because the reliance on tech.
I'm sorry, I'm going to stop you. Is it a day bag or is it a man purse?
It's a merce. It's a man purse. In my case, it's a merce. I call it a merce.
Couldn't help myself. Anytime I hear a man bag or a purse or a carry-on bag, I just have this weird like satchel look in my head. Anyway, keep going.
Mine's a satchel. It's funny. So I always argue that they should have a power bank because, with the reliance on technology, you never know. I pretty much Uber all over the place. So if my phone is nearly dead, I could be in a potentially sticky situation and I'd have to take the bus, and that would not be fun. So their power banks, there are many different power banks that range from like ones that would fit in your pocket to some that are probably about the size of, I don't know. They're called power stations, actually. Like you could power a house off of them.
Oh, yeah.
So there are a few we're going to talk about today. So the first one that I actually bought a few months ago, I did briefly mention it, I'm pretty sure, in an introduction. It's made by this company called Endure, Endure, and it's this little guy. It's a little 10,000 milliamp hour power bank, but that 10,000 milliamps can charge your phone at least 3 times. It should, depending on power efficiency, of course.
Yep.
But it is a nice, very small power bank. To compare it to something, I wish I could. Like maybe a pack of gum. It's probably about the size of it's a little smaller than a pack of gum, actually. Even small. It's like kind of the size of a larger power brick, even.
Okay.
But it's super duper light. Comes with quick charge 3.0, which is really good if you have any modern smartphone, a modern iPhone, and a lot of the modern Samsung phones they've been taking advantage of quick charge for years, even since the original quick charge. Google Pixels, pretty much any modern day smartphone comes with some iteration of quick charge.
Yeah.
So it has it's very simple. One USB port on one end, full sized, and the other end is a USB-C port that you can use for quick charging or charging the power. That's how you charge the power bank as well.
Yep.
But yeah, super no frills power bank, no flashlight or anything. It's got a few LEDs to tell you your battery status, which is kind of meh. But
yeah,
I've personally the fact that it's just able to fit in my pocket, and the fact that I've literally tested it, and I've charged my iPhone 13 Pro from like 15 to 100 twice. Right. And it's not the fastest, but it's good. It'll totally get you if you're in a pinch.
Yep.
So that's the power bank I bought. And I bought it because it's small and it looks cool. It also has like on the front and back, it has this like kind of ridged pattern on it, which I think is actually for heat dissipation.
Okay.
But it feels cool to hold.
Nice. Is it rubber?
Yeah. It's not. It is hard plastic.
Okay. All right. Very cool.
Yeah, but yeah, super good everyday power bank. The next power bank I'd like to talk about is a really super duper cool. Well, actually, I'm going to save that one for last. The next one I'm going to talk about actually is one I bought a few years ago that I saw on my desk for charging up my laptop. And as you guys probably know, laptops take significantly more energy to charge.
Yep.
And some laptops, a lot of modern day laptops, charge with USB-C, but some don't. So I bought a power bank that has an outlet in it, and that can actually give you 120 volts AC.
Wow.
Now, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not going to power your crock pot or your coffee maker, but it'll charge your laptop up and, whatever you plug into it. And it's made by a company called Omar, OMAR.
Yeah.
And I believe it's an 80,000 milliamp hour battery, which is pretty nice.
Yep.
About the size of an iPad. So still pretty small. You could fit it in a bag, easily fit it in a backpack. Made out of all aluminum, thick aluminum. And then on the top, you have a USB-C port. I don't know if it does quick charge. I think it does. And you also have a barrel plug for charging it that way, because it does come with like a wall plug that you plug into the wall, and then you plug this little barrel jack into the power bank to charge it.
How long does it take to charge the actual power bank?
Oh, goodness. This one, since it's so big, takes a good 4 or 5 hours with its stock charger.
Huh. Okay. That's actually a lot faster than I assumed it would.
Yeah, same. I thought it'd be 8 to 10, but it wasn't. You can charge it with USB-C. It's kind of slow, but it does work. And then you have 2 USB-C ports that you can obviously use simultaneously. So, if you and, somebody else and you're trying to charge both your and their device at the same time, you can do that. And it's got this covered little outlet that you pull this rubber cover back, and you have a slide switch and a standard electrical outlet. And the slide switch specifically controls that outlet. But super nice power bank. It's I would even use it for survival. You could plug a radio into it. If the power goes out and your family needs to keep their devices charged, it will definitely accommodate that as well.
Yeah, I love all those different types of charging. How heavy is it?
It's a little over a pound, but it's fairly light, about as heavy as like a tablet. It's not that bad.
Yeah, so that's not too bad. So for me, weight is a massive concern when it comes to hiking and especially hunting the way that I hunt in particular. Every ounce counts because you're usually packing in your gear and you're packing in stuff. And so I have two chargers that I'm going to talk about real quick. So the first charger that I have is it's like a 15,000 milliamp charger, and I got the same charger, just one's in a 15,000 and one's in a 45,000. I think it's maybe 45 or 42, somewhere in there. But both of these are used for charging. Now, the unique thing about these two chargers is that they are both solar powered. So you can plug them into the wall and get charging that way, or you can just drape them on your backpack or set them on the hood of your car or anywhere that they're going to get direct sunlight, and it will recharge the power bank from solar. So that's super awesome. And the thing that I like about my 42,000 amp charger is that it does have the flashlight. It's waterproof, sandproof. It does have a flashlight on the back, and it also does a red light for low vision nighttime walking around your camp and hiking through trails and stuff. But then it also has a SOS feature where it will start blinking the SOS signal. And so if you are in a distressed area and you're needing help, you can do the SOS signal and just set it on that setting. Make sure it's obviously turned over so it's facing up. But that is a very helpful feature. But I really enjoy, when I'm going through the mountains and having it just strapped to the back of my backpack and making sure that it's facing up. And so anytime I'm using my phone for GPS and trying to navigate trails and terrain and all that kind of stuff, I'll throw it on my charger, or I'll throw the charger on my back. And then by the time it's probably 5 to 6 o'clock in the evening, my phone's ready to be charged. And so, the night before, I use the power bank to charge my phone. And so during the day, the sun is charging my power bank, and usually it's pretty charged. If not all the way charged, about 3/4 charged. So if I didn't charge the power bank, it would probably give me about 3.5 full charges from completely dead. So that's great. If I get back to camp and I've got like 5-10% left, I'll just throw the small charger on it just to give it a juice until the evening, and then I'll plug it into my my big charger at night. And then by the time it's done at night or in the morning, I'm ready to go the next day. And so it's just like this wonderful, never-ending cycle of charging. So from solar, and then my solar charges my device, and then my charger charges my phone. So it's awesome. And so I have, like I said, the two of them, one's smaller and one's larger. So
the larger one isn't that small, or isn't that large. I mean, it's like the size of an iPad.
Well, so mine is actually the size of an iPhone 14 Pro Max.
Okay.
So it's not super large, and it's maybe half a pound. So it's a good, it's small and compact, but it's got USB 3 on one side, the fast charge, and then it also has a USB 1.5, or I think it's 1.5 milliamps or amps. Anyway, one's a slower charge, one's a fast charge. So yeah,
and you can feel the solar panel. That's the cool part. Is like the solar panel has kind of like a vinyl-y texture on it. Like it's like
it does, and it's all rubberized, and so everything in the everything on around the edges is rubber, and so it has rubber casings, and it has rubber kind of plugs to guard the I guess the inlets or outlets,
the ports from water. So that's basically what makes it dust and waterproof. But super amazing little power bank to have. I mean, especially if you can just charge it continuously.
Yep.
Fun fact for those who don't know, solar charging is probably one of the slowest ways to charge a power bank, but it is still a good method. And I like the fact that, you can go on a nice hike with the thing strapped to the strap of your backpack, and it will charge. And unfortunately, you don't know if it's charging, but you can pretty much count on the fact that if you have that solar panel facing direct sunlight, it's almost certainly charging.
Well,
and
not to mention, so on mine, on the solar charging, it does have a red indicator light to say that it is charging from solar. So like
that's really cool.
If it's in a direct sunlight area, you do have the ability to, if it's red, it'll show like it's got 4 little dots on it, or 4 little
signal strength, basically.
But each one of those turns blue. So every dot is about, I don't know, like every dot and a half is about a charge. So if I know I've got 4 blue dots, then I can charge my phone about 3 full times. But then there's right next to it a red light that turns on if it is in solar charging mode.
Gotcha. Yeah, pretty cool though. And really, really, like, you should definitely get one of these if you want to, for survival purposes, to keep your devices charged.
For sure.
Like, can't recommend these enough. I have one too. I have kind of the smaller version. It's not rubberized, but it's basically what Jonathan's got. Has the flashlight. Doesn't do the SOS pattern, but yeah, like if you're caught somewhere and you need to be able to shine a light, like a rescue signal, it would definitely do the job.
Well, and I'd also recommend getting 2 of them. And then, if you go out camping a lot and you like to be outside a lot, leave one at camp and put it on the hood of your car or on a rock, where that rock is going to help kind of bring in some of that natural sunlight, and make sure that there's really no shade around, so that way you're getting the best charge. But then leave that on there all day long, and then at night use that charger to charge your phone, and then switch them out the next day, and just so that way you never run out of juice. You don't have to plug it in.
I mean, that's like the modern day equivalent of. That's even better than the modern day equivalent. I remember back in the Walkman days of bringing like a 40-pack batteries,
Oh my gosh.
That was yeah. So you guys might have, you guys might be thinking, do what? Hold on. What were you going to say? Oh, I thought you were going to say something. Okay. So, you guys probably might be thinking, oh, these aren't the most accessible, but they are great power banks, and they will, seriously, I've got firsthand experience. They will save you in a pinch. But the last power bank we're going to talk about today is accessible, and there are 2 different models of it to fit your needs. And it is made, I don't know who makes it. It's like N Power or N something like that. I don't know. But it's sold on a website called atguys.com. atguys.com. Love that site. If you guys are looking for any form of cool assistive tech, or just any cool tech, whether it be bone conduction earbuds, folding Bluetooth keyboards, they have it. They are an incredible dealer. So they have these 2 different power banks that are accessible. One of them is a 10,000 milliamp hour, and I believe the other one's a 25,000 milliamp hour. Right. So a little bit bigger. And rather than using LEDs, they use beeps and vibrations to tell you what's going on with the power bank. So it will give you up to 4 beeps based on the battery status. It'll give you confirmation beep when you plug the power bank into charge. And then when you plug anything into the power bank, it will give you a confirmation beep as well. And you can also configure the tones. So if you want it to just vibrate, you can have it just vibrate. If you want it just to beep, you can have it just beep. If you want it to do both, you can have it do both. And that is done by holding the button on the side. It only has, I think it's on the side. It only has 1 button. It is dead simple. It's got
That's cool.
2 USB-C ports, or 2 USB-C port or USB ports, 1 USB-C port, and a micro USB port for charging. I think they kept that on there for legacy purposes. They're very thin little power banks. Even the larger one is probably about the size of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. For those who don't know, probably a little smaller than like a book, like a small book. And obviously the 25,000, I believe, milliamp hour power bank is good for if you have more devices or larger devices. But, if you're just trying to buy something to carry around with you to charge your phone, then, you might want to get the 10,000 milliamp hour battery. Now, of course, I know that I'd earlier talked about a 10,000 milliamp hour battery that wasn't accessible. So why might I be talking about these and comparing them? It really has to do with price. So the one that I'd recommended earlier, the indoor one, is around $40 to $50. It kind of they'll sometimes have deals, and the accessible ones start at $75. And so the 10,000 milliamp hour one's about $75, and the full size, the 25,000 milliamp, is about $100.
Wow!
And of course, you can get those from atguys.com.
Yeah, atguys.com is your shop for a lot of technologically amazing things.
Seriously.
So go check them out, atguys.com, and we'll have a link to their to the site in the description. So my charger was, and granted this was good, 5 or 6 years ago. Mine was about 45 for my big charger and about 25 for my smaller one. So pretty good for back then. And I beat them up. And so I would highly recommend.
And you're getting solar. You're not just getting a battery. You're getting a freaking solar panel and a light. Like, you're getting all this stuff.
Well, and the thing that I really like about mine is that it doesn't do the open folding like thing that has like 4 or 5 panels that you have to open up and then like display particular pattern and try to gain all the energy from the sun that you can. No, this one just sit it on a rock, and it's just a single unit. So that's really nice. So price,
and it's very compact.
45, 25, right about there. Amazon.com, and I think Walmart does too, but Amazon, just search up like solar power banks and you'll find hundreds of them. I'm not kidding, hundreds. I just did a search, and my first search result pulled up 2,000 results just for solar power banks. So there's a lot of them. So it just depends on what you're wanting to do, what you need. They've got everything literally under the sun, pun intended.
Of course, fully intended.
It's dad joke. It's dad joke.
We haven't really had dad jokes on BLT yet.
Hey, did you get in my updates? Did you get my the one that I sent out?
Oh, wait, about the bad breath? No, that wasn't the one about bad breath. Who sent it? That was funny.
Okay, so Mahatma Gandhi, as you know,
yes,
walked barefoot most of the time, which produced a very impressive set of calluses on his feet. And he also ate very little, which made him rather frail. And with his odd diet, he suffered from bad breath. This made him a super calloused, fragile mystic hexed by halitosis.
Okay, that sounds better read that sounds better than the way my screen reader read it.
I'm sure, because it probably read it as super static and like, this doesn't make any sense, because screen readers don't deliver a punchline.
No, they don't. They kind of just read everything all together the way it's written. So
Mahatma Gandhi is, walked barefoot most of the time, which produces impressive calluses on his feet. He also I can't even talk as fast as your stupid little screen reader, Evan.
And it keeps getting faster as my my listening.
Dude, I know that. See, that's something that's super amazing to me, and we're going to need to find somebody who does echolocation. I know Eric, who was on Navigating Life with Vision Loss. He did he was talking a little bit about echolocation, and that was interesting. Anyway, go check that show out too if you want. So, I'm tired of talking. We're going to wrap this show up. Anything left from you, Evan, about solar charging or power bricks or banks?
No, but Honestly, if you're looking for a new power bank, you don't want to go with any of the brands we suggested, and you're looking on Amazon, I strongly suggest that you sort by top rated, because if you don't, you're going to end up with a lot of the just cheaply built crummy units that you only get a year out of. So yeah, definitely spend a little extra money on one. Don't cheap out on power banks, especially because they could, if you, I don't know, if you cheap out on a power bank, you could overvolt your devices. You could just buy a piece of junk that doesn't work.
Right.
So that's my main suggestion, since there are so many out there.
Yeah, I'm going to add to that, because if you're unfamiliar with Amazon, you can actually, on the left-hand side of the screen, there's a whole list or a whole litany of options that you have to choose from. So when you have power banks, you can choose from like different brands, pricing, power bank special features, like does it have auto shutoff, is it a built-in cable, digital displays, fast charging, LEDs, lightweight, a lot of that stuff. Cell phone compatibility. There are some chargers that will not charge Apple products or Samsung or LG products, and so look for those. I don't know why they decide to do that, but I have run across a handful of them that do not charge Apple. And not because of the connection, but because of something inside. I don't know.
It's just the power bank itself. It's usually because it's a piece of junk.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so, but then you have connector types, lightning bolt, USB, AC, whatever you want. So just make sure that you're looking for the right thing. And if you need something that has more features, you can search by that if you need waterproof or flashlight or whatever. Some of them actually have compasses on them, which are kind of cool. But anyway,
shame they don't talk,
and they don't,
or they're not Braille.
That's true. That's true. But you could bump dot them. You could put Braille on them.
You technically could. I don't know if you'd be able to feel a pointer, but it'd be cool. Either way, power banks everywhere. If you don't have one, get one.
We get them. All right, guys. For this week, don't forget to plug in your device to a solar charger, to a regular walk-around charger.
Accessible power bank.
Go for it. Absolutely. Evan, it was so awesome talking to you. And
of course, it always is.
Absolutely. And we'll see you guys at the hike. Talk to you later.
Yep.